Panda MMA, bringing punches with the news. Fight breakdowns, every move you don't want to lose. Catch the latest scoop, like a hook to the chin.
This is Panda MMA News. And now, here are your hosts, Richard and Taylor.
All right, guys, I am here with the legend, Blake Perry.
Stoked to be here, man.
How's it going, my man?
Awesome. Yeah. Happy to be here in person. About time we made it work. So, yeah, I'm super stoked to be here, man. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, dude. You know, I probably should have hit up Terrence, too, because he said he wanted to come out with you whenever we did this.
I'm so down. A duo podcast. That'd be dope.
That would be dope. I mean, I have enough mics. That whole table is just all mics.
Yeah. Got the whole assembly.
Yeah.
No, this is cool, man. The studio's dope. This is cool. It's cool to be at the official spot finally. So I'm stoked, man.
Hell yeah, dude. I love it. Well, let's well, you know what, real quick before we get into the UFC card, I'm curious because you said you were you cornering someone at the LFA fights, or were you just watching?
So I was there. My teammate Houston Skibeck fought on it. The Santa Cruz card. I forget the official date, but it was a couple weeks back. Yeah, he fought on it. I wasn't cornering. I was in the crowd, but okay. Terrence was actually cornering him, and my coach Sonny. But yeah, my teammate Houston just fought on it. On that topic, dude, I have to admit, man, I'm a fucking Buddy Wallace fan.
He's a badass.
I don't know him. Like I said, he probably has no idea who I am. But
you guys fought on the same card, right?
Yeah, A1 combat card a couple years back. But no, dude, just watching him fight, he's always in such fucking bangers, dude. Like knockdown, drag out fights. Like I don't know him at all as a person. You know, I've heard he's cool, whatever. But anyway, that night definitely reinforced my opinion of him as a fighter, because that
he's
was
like Nate Diaz,
bro. That shit was sick, dude. Because it started off, and his opponent at Renato.
Yeah, I think it's Renato because he's Brazilian.
Yeah, well, he's the shit too, man. So it was an amazing fight. Shout out to both of them.
He trains with Alex Pieta.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why that left hook when it landed.
Yeah,
it was
bro,
like, oh.
yeah, but damn, dude, that whole fight. I swear, I watched half his fight like this. Just freaking out, man. And everyone's going, buddy. I don't even know him like that, but I'm over there chanting his name. But no, that was sick, man. So yeah, I'm a Buddy Wallace fan as a fighter, at least.
You're chanting, "You will die in Brazilian," like how they do in Brazil,
right? Just some fucking hardcore shit in Santa Cruz, California.
Dude, what blew my mind about that fight is Renato had that broken finger, dude. Every time like he clenched a fist, he'd like bend it back into place. I'm like, oh god, what the fuck is happening right now?
Dude, yeah, that's insane.
That was brutal.
Dude, that guy's got some heavy hands, bro.
Yeah, he does.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he trains with Pieta, so it makes a lot of sense. I was trying to get him to get Glover on, but I don't know if that slipped past his mind. He probably did. He had a fight coming up, but
yeah,
I should probably reach back out.
That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah, go over there and maybe create some content. Get me twisted up by Glover.
Dude, there you go.
I got a whole 2 stripes on my white belt, dude. I'm a badass.
Hey, that is 2 more than 98% of the population. So good for you, man.
I mean, you can't tell my current form, but I did Muay Thai for 7 years, so I got the stand up down, and that's actually part of the segment I want to bring up here after we get into the fights.
Yeah.
I want you to rate my form.
Oh, dude, no doubt, I'm on it.
I got videos, so. But let's get in these fights. We'll just start at the beginning because the whole card was pretty much a banger. So Court McGee versus Tim Means. Going into this fight, who did you have?
Dude, so I honestly thought Tim Means had it just because I've seen him fight before.
Same.
And it's Court McGee is a fucking G, and he's been around so long. I was like, I don't know. I was leaning towards Tim Means, but I was clearly not correct.
This was the battle of the old men. It's not showing the age here now, but Court McGee is 39. Tim Means is 40.
Oh, shit.
I was saying in the lead up, like they should just retire on the way to the octagon. I picked Tim Means. The size difference was insane, but Court McGee got it done with that submission. And then the next fight I think was a robbery. I thought Carla won that fight. I don't know. I picked her to win, but like she had the more takedowns. She was more active. There was a lot of weird decisions going on.
Dude, there was some wild ones last night. It was, I'm with you, man. I agree. Same as you. I had that going the other way also. That one was, I think, less wild than some of the other ones.
Yeah,
the decision. However,
Jose Aldo.
Yeah, dude. But
we'll get to that. But who did you have originally going into that fight, though?
Dude, wait, which one?
Tisha versus Carla.
I had Carla.
Yeah. That's exactly what I picked too. And I was doing a live stream last night. And I'm like, oh, Carla has this. They announced Tisha. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? What the fuck is going on? But then the next fight, I didn't predict a submission. I predicted a knockout, but I did predict Ryan Spann. I just think OSP's the size difference and the age gap, because what is it, like 10 years? I don't know if it'll say the age. No, I won't say the age, but they were like 10 years age gap. Yeah,
that's pretty significant, man. And that's another one too. They both got crazy power. I was also, I for sure had Ryan Spann. I did not predict a submission, let alone the first round. I was picturing a big snoozer from one of those hands, but I was wrong, man. But they're both beasts.
Well, he could have knocked out Anthony Smith, so I mean,
shout out to Lionheart. Yeah,
shout out Lionheart. Yeah. On paper, he's better than everyone. So, that brings us to the actual prelims: Cesar Almeida versus Ihor Potieria. I was wrong here. I picked Ihor.
I'm gonna be brutally honest. That's the first time I've watched either of them. So I kind of went into that one blind. Good fight, but so that one, like I said, that going into it, I was kind of like open minded because I wasn't overly familiar with either of them. However, they're tough, bro. But
what's funny is when me and my other co-hosts were giving picks. Let me turn that on silent. When me and my other co-hosts were giving picks, he thought Ihor was Putin. He's like, well, he just fought. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about right now?
You're like wrong guy.
Dude, that guy has two eyes. You got this completely fucked up.
I get it though, man. He does look like him.
He looks like a pirate.
Dude, talk about terrifying looking people, man.
Well, I mean, I assume he's from those same Dagestani mountains, the mountains of inbred and sharing the same sheep. I imagine that sheep is kind of like a Blockbuster pass, You return it late, there's a fee.
Yeah. They're definitely related, that's for sure.
I think the whole village is related, but the next fight, I picked Alexander Hernandez to win this. I actually predicted it would go to decision too, just because, I don't know, they're both kind of... They both haven't really been impressing me too much lately.
Yeah, no, I also had I had Alexander also. That one was solid. Man, there was lots of I feel like leading up on the prelims, there was lots of like pretty evenly matched fights. Like there wasn't, for the most part, let me rephrase that. Evenly matched going into it. Like we're going in, there was a lot of like, ooh, this should be interesting. Like there wasn't a clear like, this dude's gonna smoke this dude. Dude. But yeah, man, that was a solid one too.
Plus, in Salt Lake City, elevation. It's really hard to gauge who you're picking.
That and then the head kick curse.
The head kick curse. Which surprisingly, we didn't. I don't think we saw one head kick KO tonight.
No, man.
Last night,
right? Who? Why do they say that? It's
Dustin Poirier. He got head kicked, and then Kamaru Usman got head kicked.
Leon kicked him. Yep. Gaethje, Dustin, and then Leon. Yeah, dude, the head kick curse. Salt Lake City is a wild place.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. See, I wanted to go to a couple of those, like the BMF fight over there, but it's a dry county, or it's a dry state. So if I'm going to a fight, dude, I got to be blacked out.
All right, dude. I'm with you. Okay, so let's, real quick, dude. What the fuck is that? When like dry states, dry counties?
It's because it's a Mormon state.
Bro, dude. Wait,
they put coffee creamer in their soda.
God damn it, dude. God damn it, Utah.
I used to work for Sunrun, dude, and they're based out of Salt Lake City, and it's a whole Mormon company. Every time we had the meetings and everything, I felt like I was in church. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Bro, so my boy Andrew Priolo just fought in actually when I talked to you when I was in Chicago, when we did the podcast last time, I was in Chicago for his fight. But yeah, dude, so he won. We're all stoked. He went out there, had a dope-ass fight, won the belt, everything. Awesome night, right? So obviously right after, we're like, let's go get some drinks. And we leave the place at like 1:30 in the morning, like because it was such a late card. So we're like, all right, the bars are closing. Fuck it, let's just hit a gas station, get some drinks for the room, whatever. We go to this gas station, and we like walk to it, and I'll go over, pull on the cooler, and it's locked. I was like, oh, like it must be, so I went up and I was like, hey, can I have the cooler unlocked? And this dude's like, no. Kind of like, do you think you're special? And I was like, what? what do you mean? I was like, I'm not from, I don't get what's going on. He's like, oh, dude, it's a dry. He's like, after midnight, nowhere out here can sell any alcohol. I'm like, dude.
In Chicago?
Yeah, bro. Or it was a little suburb of Chicago. But
that's wild, dude.
Yeah.
And I went to New York for the Usman Covington too, dude, and you can drink 24 hours there.
I mean, I feel like you should be as an adult. Like, if you're you know what I mean? If you're an adult willing to pay, who the fuck are you to tell me, like, no, you can't drink past a certain time? Like, fuck you, dude.
Would you rather me go smoke a rock in the bathroom?
Yeah, like, which I will. So, but yeah, long story short, me and Drew went and smoked a rock in the bathroom.
That's how he won the fight.
Crazy night. No.
But yeah, no. So you were in Chicago. Little side from the fights. You were in Chicago. Have you been to New York also?
I have, handful of times. Actually.
Okay, so I'm assuming you had pizza from both places.
I did.
Which one's better?
Oh man, this is such a polarizing topic. But to me, personally, it was an easy choice. So I had pizza at both places. So you know, for people that aren't familiar, obviously the New York style is or Brooklyn style. A lot of people call it. It's the thin pizza. It's real thin, floppy, stretchy. What you think of, kind of a grab and go type of, slice of pizza. Walk up to a place, get it by the slice, go back walking. Chicago style is the deep dish, fork and knife, ton of sauce, a lot of bread, more of like a sit down meal. Personally, I go New York all day, no question. I just enjoy it a lot more, and I wasn't overly impressed with deep dish, man. I happily, like, if for dinner tonight I had deep dish pizza, I wouldn't be like, ew, gross. But it's definitely not. I don't think it's all it's cracked up to be honest. It was very okay. It was like a plate of sauce and bread and
bunch of tomatoes on it.
Yeah, bro. it was. I mean, it was okay, but I don't even think it's a comparison personally.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely a thin crust guy. My family's from the East Coast, and
oh yeah,
so. Yeah, when I was in New York, my dad was trying to tell me to find belly clams, so I went to like fucking 12 different places. Do you have belly clams? They're like, that's New Hampshire, asshole. I'm like, whatever, dude. Come
Wrong
on.
state.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, same side of the country, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're all the same, dude.
Yeah, that's usually how they do it too, though. Usually with chains, it's like, oh, it's an East Coast thing, that's a West Coast thing, whatever. Like,
yeah.
A lot of times it's not like, oh, it's this specific state. So I get where you're coming from, man.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It kind of pissed me off. I'm like, come on, man. But what's funny, though, is when I went to those fights, I sat next to two guys that were from New Hampshire. One of them was a big motherfucker. He was probably like 6'7", dude.
Jesus.
Just old school East Coast. He had that thick accent. And there's this guy in front of me. I was with this chick that, this whore that I moved in from Vegas. Took her to New York, but...
Hooer.
Yeah, it's this hooer. But... the guy in front of me, he was trying to hit on her, so I got pissed, and I pretty much told him to turn the fuck around, and we're gonna have a problem. And then he started rooting against me, like who I was rooting for. And the guy next to me, we had all the same picks, so he'd always turn around like, "Ha!" And the guy next to me, he's all, "You turn around, or I'm gonna throw you up to the fucking cage." And the guy's all,
he's like, "No taking."
Never mind,
bro. Yeah, there's something about East Coast people, dude. There's like. Feel like all parts of the country have their own badasses in like a way, right? Like there's fucking, I mean, shit, we're in the 209, right? You guys are known for being tough, right? But then the East Coast is like a whole different, like, that classic fucking New York, Boston, a lot of tough motherfuckers out there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you can tell people to go fuck their own mothers and they don't get mad. That's like a hello over there.
Yeah.
And also on that subject of New York, so after the fights, me and this whore, we go to a club, and Bobby Green walks in.
Oh shit!
He starts hitting on the chick I'm with, right?
Uh-huh.
And like they start whispering in each other's ears. So as this is happening, I'm like, okay. So I started looking up flights for myself back to New York. I'm gonna leave her ass there. And then my game plan was buy the ticket. I'm gonna come up behind him, hit him with a bottle. I'm gonna run away.
There you go. That's a solid plan. Yeah.
I don't have to win the fight. I just gotta. Fuck him up enough so I can run. That's all I need.
There you go.
But luckily, she made the right choice. I think she started to think about it like, fuck, I don't have a way home.
So, like, wait a minute. Dude, what a unfortunate circumstance, dude. You're just at a club and Bobby Green hits on your girl.
Like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Like, God damn it, dude. Like, it couldn't be.
It was when he fought Alan Quinta.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it was right after he knocked out Alan Quinta, so I just watched him knock someone out. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Like, hey, you better relax over there.
Yeah, you better stop it. But yeah, no, luckily she made the right choice. But yeah, every time Bobby Green fights, dude, I just when Drew Dober knocked him out or when Islam submitted him, I'm like, yeah.
The part of you is like,
yeah, that's us doing that to you, motherfucker. Well, let's get back to the fight card though. So,
all right,
the next one is Marina Rodriguez versus Yasmin Lucindo. I had Marina Rodriguez going into this.
Dude, we are very similar, I've noticed, in our picks, and similarly wrong.
Similarly wrong.
Yeah, I also had, I had Rodriguez.
I just thought, because like she's fought kind of the who's who in the strawweight division.
She has.
And I just figured, she might be used to being in some type of elevation and being under those bright lights under, fighting the biggest people.
Yeah.
That would play into effect. But Yasmin, dude, like she might stand when she pees. I'm not positive, but
no, bro. I seen her. I was at a venue once in the bathroom. I was like, "Is that Maria?"
Girl, is that Justin Bieber? But the next fight is Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Joaquin Buckley. I predicted Joaquin Buckley, but I didn't predict KO. I thought Joaquin Buckley was going to land a lot more takedowns and take the Bilal and Rachmanov path.
Yeah. No, dude. I'm also again right there with you, but man, Wonderboy has shut me up time and time again because for whatever reason, dude, I don't know what it is. For some reason, going into fights, a lot of times I fucking love him, man. I'm like such a fan, but for whatever reason, a lot of times I'm like, man, he's getting up there in age. Yep. I don't know. And then he was fighting Kevin Holland, and I was like,
Kevin Holland rocked him though in the first 2 rounds.
He did, but I was like, oh man, they're just trying to get Thompson murdered. Like Holland's like fucking hot shit right now. You know what I mean? And then I couldn't be more wrong. Like, he just puts on a fucking striking clinic and just looks amazing. But anyway, back to last night. I figured Buckley would too, but I did not think he was gonna outstrike him, let alone knock him out like he did. But yeah, that was a crazy one.
Yeah, for sure. But now on the main card, we have Ketlin Vieira versus Kayla Harrison. I think we all predicted Kayla Harrison. She looks like John Cena with a wig.
Bro, I wish, and I mean it when I say this.
You wish your arms were that big?
I wish I had the physique of Kayla Harrison.
Dude, I wish I had the cojones of her because I know they're massive.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
But I predicted her to win, but I just didn't. I don't know. It was more of a boring fight than I thought. And yeah, Ketlin is a black belt in judo, so that probably nullified a lot of her trips and throws. Sure. But I don't know. She did a lot of hugging against the cage, and it was really awkward hugging. Like she was super upright against the cage.
Yeah.
I was like, it made me question because I thought going into this, the winner of the co-main is just keeping the belt warm for Kayla. Yeah. Now I don't know. That really made me question it.
Yeah, man. Nah, dude, she's the shit, man. Kayla Harrison's a beast. I knew when she was coming over from the PFL, like, oh man, this should be interesting because it's super funny too because you can tell when all the other female fighters, you notice I feel like people don't really call her out. They'll maybe talk shit on her and stuff, but no one's ever like, I want Kayla Harrison next. I feel like it's like
Aspinall.
Yes, dude, exactly, exact same thing. Where I feel like it's like an unspoken thing. People are like, oh fuck,
I don't fuck that noise.
Yeah, because she is definitely a force to be reckoned with, man. She's something else. But yeah, just kind of like you said, maybe not the most exciting, but pretty dominant. At no point.
Definitely dominant.
Yeah.
It just made me like I said, question we'll get to the co-main and who I actually thought won that fight, but it just made me question how she would do, against that level. Because I think if anyone's going to bring Amanda Nunes out of retirement, it would be Kayla since they train together.
Bro, that would be nuts.
That would be nuts. But now after that fight, I'm kind of siding that Nunes would come back and stomp her.
Yeah, dude, maybe, man, because you look at shit, dude. Nunes. Remember when she was fighting? A few times. Cyborg and Bronda. I remember people oh, this is the one.
Or even Holly Holmes.
Oh, Holly Holmes too, man. I forgot about that. But dude, Nunes is so good, man. When she fought, Ronda, that was oh shit. And, you know what I mean? You watch that, it was like a mismatch, and you're like, oh fuck, man, we've never seen someone like that in the women's division,
That's because of her dumbass coach, Ronda's dumbass coach. You're the best boxer. You could beat Floyd Mayweather. And then she goes and tries to strike with Nunes. Come on.
Not a good call.
Yeah. Not a good call at all. You just destroyed that girl's confidence, and that's why we've never seen her since.
Yeah.
She went over to that fake shit, but
oh hey man, she's probably making bank, so
Yeah, she's definitely making bank. What's funny is, every time like people bring up Ronda Rousey, they talk about how hot she is, and I always picture like that scene of her getting neck kicked by Holly Holm. Just
like her skull's here and her face.
She looks like that thing from the Goonies.
Yeah. No. Yeah. She's pretty intimidating. You know, I never was like overly on the whole Ronda's crazy hot thing, but you know,
yeah,
to each their own. She's not bad looking.
Hey, she's got enough money, dude. I'll close my eyes, or she can close hers, whatever.
I will admit, I got to be careful. My girl watches these. As I'm talking to her. No, she did. She looked really good. I remember being a kid, or maybe high school. She did. I remember Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, it was Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated. She looked good in those. I'll give it to her. I saw those and I was like, hey, maybe I was wrong.
It's like the right lighting for her.
Yeah.
You know, the right lighting hits, and then you're like,
that
okay.
lighting, that lighting was all right, you know? But, yeah.
That the sunlight. It's like a vampire. But the next one, this is probably the robbery of the whole card. Jose Aldo versus Mario Batista. I predicted Aldo to win, and even according to Dana, Aldo won that fight.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the press conference, but Dana said, like, it's so bad, he's making a new rule to stalling, like how long you can stall against the cage before they break it up. He's going to implement a new rule in the UFC.
Bro, I'm with that, man, because I don't know. There's like I think it, and I love wrestling, right? I grew up, I wrestled for like over a decade. I love it. Don't get me wrong. However, we're not wrestling no more. You know what I mean? I think the rule set heavily favors wrestling to the point that it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times people go in there looking to just control, as opposed to like, I'm trying to beat this dude up. You know what I mean? Or I'm trying to finish this dude in a fight. But one of my coaches, actually, Debo Fields, he posed a really good question. Or actually, no, maybe it was Sonny. I forget. But either way, sorry, I'm a little high.
That's all good.
No,
I was a little drunk, so.
Oh, hey, perfect. It's gonna be a good podcast. One of them was like, okay, so if you're gonna score wrestling control so heavily, right? Like you get a takedown, you hold someone down, and that's gonna be so much points. Why is it not the same for a striker who controls the distance on the feet and they're controlling it in their way, right? Which I never thought of it like that, but I'm like, damn, that's a good point, man. Because
isn't that called cage control?
Cage control, yes. However, they also brought that up. One of the other, because we're in a group chat, right? The other coach was like, well, I mean, don't they call that like octagon control, cage control? Yes. However, there's a specific hierarchy. I don't know where they found this list, but basically, like, so ground control or like holding someone is worth way more than cage control. Even though they're essentially the same thing, but for different styles of fighting.
Which is a dumb rule set.
Yes. And so I guess what you're talking about with the Dana talking about like working to change that, I'm with that, man, because I don't think, especially cage control. I get if you're getting takedowns and keeping them down, like, okay, especially if you're laying the damage, amazing, right? Or if you're pinning someone against the fence and just peppering them with elbows, beating their ass, sure. But like, just to like hold someone in a fence, it's like, you know, maybe you're not losing that round, but like, are you really winning that round either?
Definitely not winning any fans.
I mean, that's for sure. You're definitely not doing that. But
it's a double-sided rule too. I mean, if you're gonna make a rule like that where grappling is favored, you got to have all aspects, because on the ground, if you're in someone's guard in jiu-jitsu, that's a dominant position, having someone in your guard.
Sure.
So why is that counted against you,
dude? Amazing point, right? So yeah, if you're fucking dog ass jiu-jitsu dude, right, and you're holding the dude in your guard, you lost that round in an MMA fight. But like, I mean, in your eyes, if you're controlling it and you're, you know what I mean, if you're Damian Maia, and you're holding like, are you really losing, or is that where you're really good? Or fucking Oliveira, you know what I mean, Charles Oliveira, someone who's just like slick as fuck off their back. That's a great point. Yeah, like, why is that not control also if you're better off the bottom, right?
Exactly.
So,
yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I know exactly what hierarchy you're talking about. Michael Bisping talked about in his podcast. The judging, the state commissions, they came out and they said, like, they contradict themselves all the time, because they said damage is what's number one when they judge fights. But most of the time when you watch a fight and someone their face is busted up like John Jones' wife, and, and the other guy is unscathed, you know what I mean? The guy that has John Jones' wife's face.
That was a good fight.
Yeah,
he whooped her ass.
I was actually in Vegas the night that happened.
Oh, really?
I went to the Hall of Fame thing where he got inducted. I walked by a window. I'm like, oh, that's John Jones,
bro. Did you hear it in your room? You're like, what's all that rustling?
Give me $10,000. We're at the strip club, bitch. But yeah, no, it's definitely a double-edged sword. I don't like it, and I like the fact that Daniel's talking about implementing this new rule. I think it's definitely a solid rule, because if there's anything that's going to kill like viewership in MMA, it's people just crotch sniffing.
Yeah, dude, and it really does go by. I think the thing that encourages it so much is just the rule set at the end of the day, because you look at the difference in crotch sniffing in the UFC to one, it's pretty different. And it's because one doesn't score it like that. They're like all damage oriented, right? So that's why I feel like it's just because the rule set heavily favors it so much that you can go in there and just take a dude down and hug him for 3 rounds, right? That if you know you're gonna win without taking damage, it's like, I don't know, man. It is what it is, but
I'm right there with you. That's honestly why I love karate combat. You know, you got 3 seconds on the ground to do what you want. After that, they're back up,
bro. Dude, that's a good point, man. Karate combat, that shit is dope, isn't it?
Oh, I love it. Cool. I had Sam Alvey on a few months ago.
Shit.
Super dope. I love karate combat. That honestly, like, don't get me wrong, a big UFC pay-per-view that gets my shit going, but. Karate combat, like compared to average fight nights, I'd rather watch karate combat.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they're nuts, bro. Dude, there has been some fun ones, man. And they get like, I feel like they snagged some cool ass people to do it, like random ones, like just Luke Rockhold.
Yeah.
Or like, fucking.
They're talking about doing an old man competition with Luke Rockhold, Michael Bisping, Lyoto Machida. I forgot the other ones, but they were talking about like doing like a tournament where, you know, whoever wins, they fight like 3 times in one night, like old school UFC.
Like, how dope is that, dude? That's cool as shit, man. Like that. Joe Stitch 'em Up Schilling was on there.
Yeah.
Fucking all kinds of like random people, and then and then the opposite too, like big up and comers. Like I know a dude from Tennessee, Brivin Sullivan, who's just on it. Real good. He's a good MMA fighter, good striker, but. Anyway, he was on it, and yeah, he looked great. But no, that's a cool promotion, man. I'm a fan also.
Tickets are cheap too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I look just curious, you know, next time they come around. You can get pit side, and they cover all your drinks all night for $500.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that's the price of nosebleeds for UFC.
Yeah.
And it's $18 a beer at the UFC.
Bro. Dude, we trying to hit a karate combat?
Dude, I'm trying to hit a karate combat. That shit sounds dope.
Yeah, do they do... I don't even know where they hold those.
I mean, like, I think last year they came to Vegas. It's kind of all over because, like, they did Rick Ross's backyard in Florida. Like, they built a pit in his backyard and shit. Fuck? Yeah, they do it all over. That's what I like about it. The guy running it, President Awesome. I just like how creative he is. He's really creative with it, and he actually owns Goat Shed MMA.
Yeah,
where you know Eileen Perez and everything's out of.
Yep. Dude, that's dope. And then similar. I guess I shouldn't say similar rule set, but like similar idea sort of is Mike Perry's that dirty boxing.
Yeah.
Where I know there's no kicks and stuff, but you can clinch, elbow, obviously dirty box, right? And then same thing, whereas if you clip someone and put them down, you get like, I think 3 to 5 seconds or some shit.
Yeah, they just ripped off karate combat.
Basically, dude, they did. Minus there's no kicks and stuff, but anyway, that's kind of dope too.
Yeah, I got to try to get press passes. I feel like that's an event I could definitely get press passes for.
There we go. Do that. Maybe I'll get a fight on there, dude. I would be down.
There we go. That'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
Well, I'll walk you out to the cage. I'll wear a panda mask.
Dude, let's do it. Run it.
Hell yeah. No, do you think Jake Paul's serious, though? Like, he's willing to fight Mike Perry in that promotion? Because he made a comment, like, since Mike Perry took the fight, that he'll fight Mike Perry in dirty boxing.
That would be fucking badass.
That would be.
And I would... I'll be honest, man. I'm not a Jake Paul hater. Everyone... He seems like the most unlikable dude on planet Earth. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
However, I don't hate on what he's doing, man, because it's like, fuck. If the fights are legit, if it's, you know, if it's all staged, then that's kind of fucking lame. But
it could be.
Yeah, which again, I also could see. But anyway, no, that would be dope if they did in that rule set with elbows and then dirty boxing, and then the small. I think they have the essentially like MMA sparring gloves. I think is what they wear.
Yeah, at least that's what Mike Perry's wearing at the press conference.
Yeah. So, no, that would be tight. That'd be cool to see. Jake Paul, Mike Perry, and the dirty boxing. That'd be cool.
I love Mike Perry, and I don't know. I watch a lot of BKFC, so like going into that first fight, I thought Mike Perry was gonna handle him, but once they actually like stood across from each other in the ring, I'm like, oh, dude, the size difference,
bro.
Oh my god.
Because Jake Paul,
he should be fighting Francis at his size.
He looks damn near like a light heavyweight. And there was a point Mike Perry was fighting at 155, I think.
Yeah, he was.
So it's like it's a big size difference, bro. And then just the rule set, you know what I mean? It's just straight boxing.
And also there's also the question of, do you get paid to take the dive? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a professional fighter, but if I got offered the fight and Jake Paul's like, hey, I'll give you $200,000 to fall down, I'm like, dude, knock me the fuck out.
Like, dude, I'll do whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, listen, look in my eyes, Jake.
Look in my eyes. No. But let's get back to the UFC card. Right. Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. I think this was a robbery. I had Raquel Pennington. It was kind of back and forth, but at the same time, Raquel Pennington rocked Juliana more than vice versa.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm right there with you, and I think a lot of people also, judging by the comment sections, and which is a terrible thing to judge off of ever.
Yeah,
that's like
that's where the cesspool is,
dude. The lowest cesspool of humanity is comment section.
MMA guru.
Oh, dude. Yes, but anyway, no, I'm with you. I think, I think Pennington won personally, but hey, man, it's
and then the worst call out followed that. Amanda Nunes, like, dude, they have Kayla on screen.
Bro,
what are we doing?
Kayla on screen, and like, bro, hasn't Nunes been retired for?
Yeah, it said she fought. Was it Pennington? Was that her last fight?
I couldn't even tell you. Probably.
She had one fight after she dominated Pena, but she retired after that. I don't know. I personally hate Juliana Pena. Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me. She drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude, she says some questionable things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the first female champion that gave birth. Like, okay, the fuck do you want?
Yeah. Nah, she's interesting, man. Someone, again, in the comment section, I'm ripping off someone, but someone was like, dude, she's like the Tito Ortiz of the women's division.
I can definitely see that.
She does say some dumb shit, bro.
We need the Chell Sun in the women's division now. That famous line when they did the press conference. The only person I knew that made money off using their mouth is Tito's ex-wife.
Right? he's like,
yep.
That was a sick line by me. Yeah.
The bad guy.
Yeah.
But, so the main event, Alex Pieta versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. I picked Alex Pieta. I wasn't going to be mad at Roundtree won because I like Roundtree's story. Started out as a fat kid, suicidal, and then became a badass. I picked Pieta to win. I didn't think it was going to go 4 rounds. I thought it would go 1 or 2. But Khalil definitely surprised me, and I think that original fight that was scheduled, Khalil versus Jamal.
Yeah.
I kind of think Khalil creams Jamal.
Bro, I mean, judging off of their performances against Pieta, it's not even close. But, bro, Roundtree's the fucking truth, man. It's like he's tough as fuck, and he's obviously good. But yeah, I had Pieta winning. I predicted he would win, which me and I'm not special. That was 99% of the world did.
Yeah.
But however, I was also proved wrong because I thought people, and I'm a Roundtree fan, but I was like, I think Pieta's gonna run through him. But man, I was, I had a little money down in a parlay, and Pieta was in that parlay, and I was like, oh fuck. At one point, I was like, oh,
that
no.
head kick you threw, that
bro.
Khalil went right under, then caught him while he was on one leg.
Yep. But no, man, what a fight, dude. Good fight, and then, dude, fucking, what a scary dude, man. Alex Pieta. I mean, both of them. That's a terrifying duo of men. But
Khalil looked a little scared before the fight started. Like when they were standing across from each other, like Khalil looked like he shit his pants a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I was scared in my living room, so I kind of get it, bro.
I'm always scared. Chama.
Yeah, dude, that fucking big stone face. Yeah, bro. It's goddamn. He's so good, man. It's like
I wish you would have called out Aspinall, man.
Man,
that's my dream fight is him versus Aspinall.
Yeah, dude, what a fight, man. Aspinall, and I think
Aspinall creams him because he's, in my opinion, he's better everywhere. He's faster on the feet, slicker boxing, has a black belt, legit black belt in jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Alex got his black belt from knocking someone out, which I guess is, it kind of makes it legit because what nullifies jiu-jitsu is going to sleep. So,
hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, bro. Fuck, that would be an amazing fight.
That's the money fight.
Aspinall, that'd be so sick too. And can you imagine like a 3 belt? I mean, obviously not all at once, but having the belt in 3 different divisions at one point.
Oh, that'd make history.
Yeah, dude, that's so fucking sick.
That's why I wouldn't be mad if Alex somehow pulled it off. I love Aspinall, but if Alex somehow pulled it off, I wouldn't be mad just because of the fact that that's another staple in MMA history.
Right. And dang, bro, he's just, I don't know what. He like defies physics, bro, because no one fights like him, Pajeda, because it's like if you just watch, like if you were coaching, like, okay, so I'll coach some kids classes sometimes and I'll do private sessions, whatever, working with kids. If they were throwing stuff like Pajeda does, I would like correct them. Be like, no, let's do, you know what I mean?
Whenever the hands come down.
Bro, it's stuff that like defies the like what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And he would murder anyone on planet Earth that tried to correct him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's so crazy that you watch, like, he's just so good, man. Like his punches they just come from such unique angles, and like you said, his hands are real low. His like head's real high when he comes in and stuff. And his kicks too,
he doesn't pivot when he throws a leg kick.
No, he doesn't. He just kind of like flips it up and it like buckles dudes, man. And you're like, dude,
I tried practicing on the bag. I'm like, I don't have that.
No, bro. No, it's his kicks are, he don't like really turn his hip over him. He just kind of like throws like the side of his leg up but fucking ends people's lives, dude.
Yeah.
So, like,
ask Izzy.
Yeah, right. But yeah, man, he's something to watch. And then my coach last night, Sonny, was talking about it. He's like, no one has like as good distance management as him on the feet. Like, he never lets dudes get too far, but he never crowds himself, he just like stalks and then moves away and stop. Like wherever they're going, he's just glued at that same range.
Yep.
And just, you like can't get away from him. He's like a real life fucking boogeyman, dude. Like,
he definitely is.
Yeah.
And then at light heavyweight, we saw last night, he has the chin at light heavyweight.
Yeah, dude.
It's like he ate some shots that would put most people on planet Earth night.
Oh yeah, like most people on planet Earth night permanently.
Yeah, he ate that shit, and within a half second was back to normal.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that like, and his style of striking is, and people are dumb. People are like, whoa, if he hasn't fought an elite wrestler, you know what? I'm like, dude. Shut up, bro.
Yeah.
Who, you know what I mean? Like,
we're trying to keep this shit exciting. Shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, but one that, but then also I'm like, bro, I don't think it would matter because he's so good at like, because he's fought people that are, I'm sure, good wrestlers. You know what I mean? And obviously, everyone that fights him, their game plan. No one is like, maybe besides Khalil or Izzy, right? But even Izzy was taking him down and stuff. But like, no one's plan is to like, I'm gonna go in there and just fucking bang with Alex per, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a dumb game plan. So like, but even if people's game plan is to take him down, it don't matter. He keeps it standing and
he's got those jumping knees too. Like you shoot in, you might get caught with a jumping knee.
That was actually his, I think, UFC debut.
Yep, that was the New York card I was at.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, that was Usman versus Covington too. With the girl I was with, she as he's walking, I'm like, that's the guy that beat Izzy 3 times, or 2 times at that point. Yeah, and then I'm like, watch him lose, and then sure enough, flying knee. I'm like, fuck. That looked like an idiot.
Dang, dude. That's sick you were there, bro. I've never been to a UFC fight.
Really?
Never been, dude.
Well, I will never go again because ticket prices are insane now.
Yeah.
Fucking dude. So the most expensive ticket I paid for was Conor McGregor versus Poirier 3. Nosebleeds were $600, and that broke my bank for like 2-3 months.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I mean, when I was going a lot, because I went to like 12 events, but like I was getting almost to the floor, and it was like $400 for a ticket. And that, for that type of event, that's doable.
Yeah.
But now for those same seats, you're looking at anywhere from $3 to $6 grand, depending on the event.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's nuts, bro.
Yeah, you got in hotel and everything, flight, hotel, food, drinks. I mean, you're fucking 15 grand to go to a UFC fight.
Bro, what do you think it was to get into that sphere?
Well, when they first came out, it was like $3 grand for nosebleeds.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, and then the tickets ended up lowering, but I mean, the lowest ticket price even before it started was like 1,500, I think. Which I don't know. I couldn't swing it even if I wanted to, but if I had the money, like the only way I would have swung it is if the card was better, because the card, in my opinion, wasn't good enough to even remotely.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, bro. Man, I get it too. You know, I'm the first dude to like, you know, blow unnecessary money on like a cool experience and then like pay for it for a couple months. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And I
credit cards,
bro. That's it, dude. And I wouldn't change that. You know, I'm not. You know, I'm not like dumb with money, but I'm also not a tightwad. You know, if there's an experience that I want to go to, even if I'm like, financially, this might be dumb. I'm like, dude, we're all going to fucking die before we know it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I don't want to be old and be like, man, wish I would have saved more. And like, that's not going to happen, dude. You know what I mean? No one fucking says that on their deathbed. Like, I wish I didn't do those fun things and saved, right?
Damn it, I wish I was dying with $1 million in my pocket.
Yeah, right. So it's like, anyway, I'm getting off track, but, I get it, man. So like I guess I get why they would jack the prices up so high, because it's like dumb people like me will buy them. That's what I'm getting at, for the experience to say they were. You know,
they're also canceling out the real fans though. You're just getting the rich and famous there. The
This
people,
is true. This is
the Mark Zuckerbergs who actually train with my old jiu-jitsu coach. But
really,
yeah, I trained at Gorilla here in Turlock under Alex Perez, and then he got his black belt from Dave Camarillo, who is Mark Zuckerberg's coach.
Mark Zuckerberg.
But you're excommunicating the real fans, and you're giving just the rich and famous like a flex, like oh, check this out, versus the real fans who actually like appreciate the fucking sport. You know,
exactly. No, that's a good point, man, and that's kind of how even some of those Apex shows got. Like I heard, like you'd see, like I think actually Mark Zuckerberg,
he bought out a whole event.
That's what it was. But
Apex is expensive too. I mean, when they first started doing it, I looked because I was curious, because I mean, everything's cage side pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was, I want to say it was like $500 or $600 when I looked, and I don't know. That was a fight night, so it was like, I don't know if that's worth it, man.
Yeah.
Like that, I pay that for pay per view fights.
Right. No, I'm with you, bro. But anyway, yeah, dude, I've never been to a UFC fight.
Well, whenever I get big enough to actually get press passes, you know, we got to go.
I know you will, man.
I was talking to another podcast. They're about double my size, but he got press passes for UFC in Australia.
Oh shit! Really?
Dricus versus God damn it, I'm drawing a blank. Dricus versus Izzy.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and I just asked him how it was, and he said that he said he's been a few times. He said the first couple times he went, they gave him a free ticket on top of the press pass.
Yeah.
But he said that time they were tight wads, so he only got to be behind the you know the curtain.
Damn. Okay. That is cool though.
It is cool, but at the same time, like you're just sitting there like waiting for Dana to come up, and you just hear and you're like, what the fuck?
That's almost worse. Yeah, I guess now thinking of it like that.
You're pretty much Ian Gary in the corner at that point,
bro.
You know.
You're
just cucking at that point,
dude. You're basically you're like a media cuck.
You're a media cuck. I like it. I like it, dude. That I need to make a shirt like that. Media cuck.
Media cuck.
I'll ask all my questions from the corner.
There we go.
Dana over here in the corner.
You gotta look through a closet. And fucking...
Yep. Watching with my wife on stage. Dana.
You can all the guys in there are like huge, big, buff black dudes.
Yep.
Like...
Dana, she actually likes it from the side.
Dude, the media cuck pass, bro.
Yeah, I like it. But so I gotta take a leak. But when we come back, let's give predictions for this upcoming fight, and then
hell yeah,
let's do some current events.
I'm down, bro. I'm down.
Alrighty, so we're gonna give our picks for the upcoming fight night, guys. This upcoming weekend. What's the fucking date for this? October 12th, which I won't be watching because that's the weekend of 209 Beatdown, but I'll be watching from afar.
There we go.
So first fight of the main card is Abdul Razak Al Hassan versus Josh Fremd.
I have never seen Fremd fight. However,
Dude, the height difference, 6'3" to 5'8".
Oh, wow. And then the age, too, 39, 30.
Fuck, I'm going with Josh on that one.
I mean, dude, younger and taller. Yeah, that's just on the tail of the tape. Yeah, I guess I'm going to go the same because very similar records, except one is way more reach, way taller, way younger. That makes my pick for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, like, they almost had, like, a identical record, aside from one no contest and one more win.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Josh on that one. Sorry, Abdul.
Yep. Sorry about your luck, pal. D-Rod versus Alex Moreno. Well, I feel like you got to go D-Rod, right?
Yeah.
He's going to have the slicker boxing. I know Alex Moreno is a badass. He fought one of my buddies, Max Griffin. I know he's got a chin on him, but D-Rod just has that slick-ass boxing.
Yeah.
D-Rod was the one that, pretty much retired. I'm trying to blank. He fits in. He has to find where he fits in here. Keith, no, Kevin Lee.
Kevin Lee. Oh, yeah.
I want to say Keith Lee, his brother, but Kevin Lee.
Yep. Kevin Lee. Who else have I seen him? Speaking of Ian Gary, he got pieced up pretty bad by Ian Gary. But
yeah.
No, who did D-Rod just fight? Leach? Yeah?
Was it Leach?
No.
Kevin Gastelum. And that's right. Kevin Gastelum came in overweight.
Yes.
He came in overweight like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is I remember this because leading up to this fight, Kevin Gastelum released a video, like a vlog of like him missing weight, him eating a shit ton of food, and D-Rod's all, "What the fuck?"
He's like, "This motherfucker, dude.
You did this shit on purpose, you piece of shit."
I've always wondered though. I wish I knew what year D-Rod was born. I just. No, I'm playing. He's got a.
I was gonna say he's 37. Oh,
1986.
Okay. I don't pay attention to the chest. I pay attention to the punches, man.
Yeah, no, I'm a homo. I was looking at no.
Only Mackenzie Dern do I look at the chest. But yeah, okay. So we both got D-Rod. Next one is Julia Palastri versus Corey McKenna.
Corey McKenna.
Yep. I'm gonna say Corey McKenna too because I feel like I haven't seen Julia fight.
Yes. Same, and I've met Corey McKenna, and she was cool. Okay. And her boyfriend's cool as fuck. So easy choice for me. Very biased, and I will admit that right here. So Corey McKenna for sure.
Yep, I agree. And this is my take, not his, but it's women's MMA, so I really don't care. But
that's fair. That's also fair.
Moving to the next one, Grant Dawson versus Rafa Garcia. Same age. Grant Dawson's a little taller, a little more reach.
I'm gonna go Grant Dawson on this one. I've seen him fight a couple times. He's a hammer. Yeah, I'm going Grant.
I'm going Grant on that also. The co-main is Brad Tavares versus Park Jun-Young. I have to go Brad Tavares because that's the one that trains with Izzy, right? At City Kickboxing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go Brad Tavares.
Yeah, dude. I'm Brad Tavares too, man. He's a fucking tank. Dude from Hawaii. I don't know him personally, but he commented on a video one time, a highlight clip of mine.
Yo, that's my guy.
I was like, you know what? Forever now. I'm picking him. No.
Hey, on the subject of Hawaii, you trained in Hawaii for a little bit?
Bro, I actually lived out there for like 3 years. That was where I got my fighting start. So I lived out there from like 2018 to 21. Yeah, so I fought out there a bunch, like probably 8 or 9 times. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm tied in out there. So I got lots of.
What island was it?
Oahu. Yeah.
Oahu?
Yeah.
Did you ever train with Max Holloway?
I did not. I've met him a few times, but I've never trained with him. He does train on Oahu though. He's out there at Gracie Technics.
Okay.
Dude, I fucking loved it out there. It was cool, man. So many fucking good fighters too, man. And I still go back out there pretty frequently for camps and stuff. For the Lee family is who I trained with out there. They're pretty big presence in one. We've got 4 siblings now that have fought for them between the family, and several world championships between them. But long story short, yeah, I got my start in Hawaii and then go back out there pretty frequently. Lots of awesome people, awesome training. Yeah, Brad Tavares is my pick.
There we go.
Yeah.
Brad Tavares for both of us. All right. And then Brandon Royval versus Tatsuro Taira. I'd be lying if I said I've seen Tatsuro fight a lot. We all know Raw Dog though. I don't know. I'm just looking at the record. I'm kind of misstepped a little bit. 16-0 to 16-7.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. So 16-0, and then do we see what promotions he fought for before? Because it wasn't one.
It wasn't one, but it was a Asian promotion.
Oh, my bad. So he's fought. Never mind. I didn't realize he fought.
Shuto and VJT.
Yeah, Shuto's
or VTJ.
Legit. Yeah, man. And I'm a dummy. He's fought like 10 fucking times for the UFC. Here, I thought this was his debut.
No, there's another Asian fighter that's making his debut. He that's the one that I thought this was. He got signed by one, or he came from one.
16-0. That's. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
Damn, 16. That's. I mean, off the rip, I say Roy Ball.
I want to say Roy Ball too, but at the same time, it's like.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sticking with this. This might be a hot take, but I'm sticking with Brandon Roy Ball. I'm gonna go with that one.
Ship him back to Shitaro.
Yep.
But yeah, all right. I think I'm gonna toss this one up a little bit. I'm gonna go Tatsuro.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the picks for that. So to end this podcast, guys, we're gonna do a little fun segment where he's gonna judge my form.
Let's get it.
And I'll put I'll just share my screen. Let me see. Here, I'm gonna stop. Right. All right. So we're gonna skip past the first couple. That's when I first started.
Here we go.
If I can't skip, there we go. So this is what I'm getting to is the most recent time I cut weight. I cut down 60 pounds in 3 months.
No shit, really?
Yeah, that's when I went to New York. I was dedicated.
60 pounds.
So this is like right before I went to Vegas.
There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. I like it. Nice hip turnover. There we go. Orthodox. Nice kicks. Snappy kicks. Hands are staying high when we kick. All right, let's see. Hands looking good. I like to drop the level on that lead up. Little roll out after. Good. In socks too, bro. That's tough to do. It gets slippery in there.
Yeah, they don't clean their mats very well, so.
No, I don't blame you. Dude, I can't do those for shit, so good for you.
I barely can do that, but this is the video I'm most proud of right here.
Let me see it. Let me see it. Bang, bang.
Oh, wait. Maybe. Actually, it's not this one.
Those crosses were coming out nice, though, bro.
This is actually when I got back from Vegas. I was hungover here.
Dude, and hungover, that gets you extra points. Bro. Yo, go. Hey. Yo, let's do that one again, dude. Those head kicks are coming out nice, dude. Bang. Yeah. No, those are nice, dude. That hip dexterity is good, bro. Shit, you got I need to work on fucking my hip dexterity. So, like, those are coming out nice, man.
So, actually, I was wrong. This is the right one. It just, I remember it starting out a little different.
So you like that backside head kick? Is that your favorite kick?
That's what they make me practice a lot. I really like the lead high kick.
Lead high kick. Okay, yeah, dude. Okay, yeah.
Like when it comes to sparring, that's what I've caught people with the most.
Yep. Dude, no, lead kicks are nice, man.
But yeah,
dude,
rate the form.
Rate the form, dude. That's money, man. The form's looking good. Yeah, man, form's looking good, especially on the kicks, dude. The flexibility's nice, bro. You're getting those dude, snapping those kicks up.
That's
there, bro.
one thing I can almost do this. I don't know if I can do it anymore. When I was doing Muay Thai, I could almost do the splits.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, really?
I was like 2 inches away from the ground.
There we go. Hell yeah, dude. Nah, man. Definitely for sure. Thumbs up, man. Yeah, no, tying the hands to the feet was nice. Rating the form, dude. If we're going out of 10, it's a high number, right? No one gets a 10, but
well, it's also on pads. This isn't sparring, so
but still, shit. No, that's nice, bro. I give you a solid fucking. It's like an 8 or 9, bro. Those are slick, dude. On the scale of fucking just people,
the casual people that train.
Yeah, dude, that was good, man. Yeah, you still mix it up ever? Or?
So I got back into training for a little bit, and then I quit just because like I fucked up, and I started my payment date the same time I got to pay rent. But I don't know. I did Muay Thai for so long and everything. I'm thinking about going back to boxing.
Yeah.
Like okay. I want to learn like actual combinations. You know how to get fast hands, that or jiu-jitsu, because I had a local jiu-jitsu coach on, and he said he wouldn't make me sign a contract or pay a sign-up fee. He'd waive all that.
That's fucking awesome, man.
But I don't know. I feel like I lost the most weight with jiu-jitsu, but at the same time, it's just funner to hit people.
Yeah. You know? And dude, at the end of the day, for longevity, bro, that's like, you got to do something that you just specifically enjoy. Because even if, like you said, jiu-jitsu made you lose the most weight or whatever, if that's the one that's going to be toughest to be consistent with, because you're like, man, it's okay, right?
Yeah.
But if you like putting paws on jaws, man, fucking do it, dude. Use that to lose weight, bro. That's dope.
That's what I like doing. Yeah, and plus jiu-jitsu, at least where I used to train, soon it would be in a full gi and he'd crank up the heat. Yeah. I'm like, what, you motherfucker, dude? I'm already fat. What are you doing?
Trying to kill me.
You're trying to kill me, motherfucker. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I think we just about wrapped this up. We gave you our picks. We reviewed UFC 307. We're gonna go get some sushi now.
Hell yeah.
So make sure you guys follow my man. I'll tag his Instagram. And yeah, you can be up to date on any upcoming things he has going on or whatever. He has a shout out to give.
Really quick, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of my sponsors, Mitra 9, that I was sipping on. They got really good, awesome seltzers. If you like Kratom or Kava, yeah, get after it, man. They're dope. So just want to give a quick little shout out to that. And then outside of that, just quick shout out to you, man, for having me here. This was a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah, no, dude, I appreciate you driving 2 hours to come here. This is awesome.
Yeah, dude.
This is the first actual fighter I've had in the studio. I've had like coaches and stuff, but never an actual fighter.
Nah, man, it wasn't even a question. That's why I was like, I don't care how long it takes, dude. I'll fucking throw on some music and just cruise. I don't care. I was more worried about just with the traffic. I was like, man, I hope I'm not making your day go, fuck anything up. But no way, dude. I got the invite to come here in person. I was like, I just want to go kick it with Rich, man, see what's up. So
hell yeah, dude.
Appreciate you having me.
I love it. Yeah, next time we do this, we got to get Terrence on here also.
Oh, I know he's down too. We'll cruise out together.
We'll go down the wrong turn. We'll make sure that neither of you guys have something coming up, so we can get a little buzzed on it.
There we go. Let's do it.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining me, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys. We are here with Mike from Gomez Brothers Academy, Erick from Gomez Brothers Academy, and Matt Modean. Also, he trains at Gomez Brothers Academy, fighting at 209 Beatdown on October 12th. So let's get right into this, man. Who are you fighting?
Fernando Plasencia.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's at 135. I was supposed to fight a kid at 125, but I guess he bailed like last couple of days ago. So
what did you guys' training regimen look like preparing for this fight?
You want to speak on that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I just moved, so I'm going through like a move right now, transition. So it wasn't like the perfect opportunity. So I live in Riverbank now, and we're technically representing Last Stand Fight Team, so Oakdale. So we're really cool with them, and so I go over there on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays I don't train right now. I have church on Wednesdays, and then Thursday they have open mat at the Gomez Brothers, so I go there, and then Friday I'll either spar at Waterford or Oakdale.
Okay, cool. So are you doing a lot of sparring and preparation for this?
I'm going to stop sparring last Friday. But I go just straight to Mike's house in the mornings too at like 5:30 a.m., 5:45 a.m.
You guys doing private lessons?
Yeah, we get some pad work in and some drilling and stuff.
Okay. But yeah, we just stopped the sparring on Friday.
Okay, cool. Your opponent, is he more of a grappler or a striker?
He's a striker. He fights out of a boxing academy.
Okay.
So.
Okay, cool. Does he have any like accolades in the grappling realm at all that you guys know of?
I don't think so. He's just a white belt in jiu-jitsu. So.
Oh.
Okay. Watch his film.
I'm a white belt in jiu-jitsu, but like I'm saying, like as far as
you got good grappling too, so it doesn't mean anything.
Well, you know what? Fuck his white belt. But
well, I mean, I've like watched his videos. He doesn't really like to. He likes to box. So.
Okay, cool. So, are you guys doing like more Muay Thai combinations when you guys are doing striking, or are you guys doing more boxing combinations?
Yeah, definitely Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yeah, that's my background in the 8 limbs. There's so many options there, so we try to incorporate a lot of kicking and a little bit of boxing combinations, but pretty kick heavy.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're doing a lot of conditioning on those legs, doing a lot of leg kicks.
Yeah.
Okay, I know a little bit of that from training with Gene. 25 leg kicks to start every training session.
Yeah, I used to train with Gene back in the day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, built for toughness.
Okay, yeah. I trained with Gene for 7 years. That's where I got my start in the Muay Thai realm. It's definitely fun, but yeah. So, what are your what's your plan after this? Assuming you get the perfect victory, how far are you away from making your pro debut?
I don't really think too much about it. I'm just going to go with the flow kind of, I think jiu-jitsu is my passion. And that's kind of what I've realized going like training more for fighting is that I think that jiu-jitsu just takes the most time, if you really want to get good at it, because there's just so much to jiu-jitsu. And, but if I win a couple, then, we'll see,
Okay. So Eric, you being the head coach over there, what do you see in Matt here, when it comes to the grappling that really stands out?
Man, I actually coached Matt in high school. I coached him for about 2 years in high school wrestling. We had our differences there for a little bit. My coaching style, I was young too. So our age difference is maybe 6 years, 6 years.
I just turned 25.
So I'm 32. So do the math. But so immediately when I got into the coaching realm, I knew I had to stand apart from my pupils, that were very close in age. And I always go back and tell the story of the first time I saw it click for Matt is when he actually started listening to me in a match, and he was down, I want to say like six or 7 points with 2 minutes left, and just started dialing everything in. Honestly, felt like I had a little Pokemon out there. Like I had just sent him out and to the T. And at that moment, he started clicking. But again, he only had about 2 years of wrestling. So when I opened my academy 2 years ago, he was the first one to sign up. He was the first one in line to sign up at the pre-registration date. And then we haven't looked back since. He's 2 years in right now. And, whenever I was running the striking, it was a little more cardio kickboxing, because my passion as well is grappling. And then when Mike became a kind of free agent in the coaching realm, I'm like, hey, I got to get this guy in, and so, I tend to, me and my brothers tend to do the grappling, and then we hand everything over to Mike for the striking.
Okay. Are you and Mike, kind of collaborating in a game plan, try to mix up the striking and the grappling?
Right now we're kind of free flowing. I think we're both learning on what route we want to go. I've always said I never even wanted to enter the MMA game. I met Mike back in 2007 through wrestling. And then whenever I was training for my MMA fight, he was already on the MMA scene. And so we were on the card together. And, I had my fight. I loved the training aspect. I did not like knocking someone out and then having, to see their kids crying after. And so I immediately said that wasn't for me. But this little guy right here, I don't think he cared about any of the kids.
Like survivor's guilt.
He's just trying to tuck someone into bed, dude. So, Mike, I'm curious. You get a Muay Thai background. You're a Muay Thai coach. How hard is it to train a fighter for an amateur bout where you can't throw knees or elbows, right?
Yeah. So, ideally, it makes it a little bit easier, in my opinion, because it's just less things to concentrate on. We get to dial in those punches and kicks a little bit better without having to worry about those weapons. So, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit easier for us to really come up with a game plan.
Okay. I always thought like if I ever did it, it would be like accidental elbow. Little.
That's the hardest part actually. Is trying to train it without like throwing a dirty knee, because most people don't even know how to get out of a clinch. So they back out with their head going down, and then they're, so now it's like, hey, we have to be aware of the situation. Yeah, you get caught with a knee in the head. You want
to like lean back, right?
Yeah, you want to like posture nice and tall and almost get hip to hip, and then it's more of a grappling. It's more of a clinch battle from there, but it's definitely not like backing out with your head down, which is like the most common thing in amateurs. So we're like trying to train that, like, hey, if you're gonna throw knees from clinch, like, just be aware that this is more than likely what your opponent's going to do, and then it could get you in trouble, possibly DQ'd. So let's be really cautious in this position.
Okay. So you being the grappling coach, when someone postures up from a clinch, do you see the opportunity to go for the double or single leg? When their hips are right on you?
Yeah. And I actually, my wrestling style is a lot of clinch work. As I get older, I try to wrestle a little less from the outside. I got banged up knees, banged up shoulders, so I like to play out of that clinch a little more. But yeah, I definitely can mix quite a bit of things in there.
Yeah, I've just always wondered that, because you've seen the UFC or whatever, someone's trying to get out of a clinch. I've always wondered, like, your hips are squared up. How easy is it to just shoot in right then and there? Obviously, if you get the cage behind you, it makes it probably a little tougher. But, so what? I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question without giving too much away on the game plan. Are you planning on doing more striking and grappling? If that's giving too much away, don't answer.
I mean, I think everyone wants to kind of start striking, right? And it's fun, it's fun to strike, but it's always smarter, if they don't have the grappling that you do to shoot it. But I want to strike. And then see what I can do, to build my own confidence. Because to be honest, sometimes I maybe lack a little bit of confidence, especially maybe in boxing. That's why I like using the kicks a lot more, and have super short reach. So, just being able to learn how to use that and stuff like that to build my confidence. And then if I have to, I'll take it to the ground.
Okay. And amateur MMA, body knees are legal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
even elbows, elbows of the body.
Elbows of the body, just nothing to the face.
Yeah, nothing to the face.
Are you guys working like a lot of body knees and stuff?
Yeah.
We just recently started working that just for certain scenarios. I mean, his opponents changed so much, and that's kind of normal in the amateur realm. So, it kind of helps us like, hey, we don't really need a game plan. Let's just work on what you're good at, because you're debuting. The other guy's probably debuting. There's nothing out there on either of you guys, so there's nothing to really go off of anyway. So let's just concentrate on what you're strong at and your strong points, and just get better at those, and we'll see when we get out there.
Okay, so this is both of your debuts. You and your opponents.
He's had 2 fights.
Yeah, well, this is a new opponent now. So
okay.
It was our debut.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm, that kind of, I think that's kind of funny. You train with Gene. Do you know Chan?
Yeah.
Okay, Chan has made the comment before, because he's never fought professionally MMA. He's like, dude, I kind of want to make my debut. That would be a pretty fucked up debut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get a guy's been doing Muay Thai for 25 years.
Yeah. You got to really pick. I mean, that's a coach's job too, is making sure that you pick the right opponent. Obviously, we're not trying to sandbag anybody, but we want to make sure that it's a fair fight and it's going to challenge our guy. And, we're not going to steamroll through them, and vice versa.
Right. So if you get the victory here, I know you said, like, jiu-jitsu is more your game. So you don't have like a plan to fight immediately after or whatever. You're going to try to go back to focusing on like the jiu-jitsu part of it.
I mean, it just depends, on what fights I get. Like, I've made it kind of a point that maybe I want to try and get an amateur fight for A1. That'd be cool. It'd be a cool experience. But it just depends, like how many times Erick wants to go into MMA with me, because, I mean, I trust, both of them, and like you said, picking the opponents and everything. So I kind of, if I kind of follow their lead with it, and if they think I'm ready for it, I'll go back in, November, maybe. I honestly tried to get on for 5150 next week, or the week after the fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Quick turnaround.
I know someone else that's on both cards.
Okay.
So, but I mean, it just depends. Whatever's smarter, I'll just trust the coaches and see where we go.
So which one of you has more of the manager role?
It's Erick, for sure.
Erick. Okay, so how hard is it to, like you said, he had an opponent back out. How hard is it to find a new opponent on the amateur scene, especially, in the 209 area?
Honestly, I just let the matchmakers do their job. I know the faith I have in Matt. They call me with an opponent and we're ready to go. And, as long as Matt's good with it, I'm good with it. And piggybacking on Mike, we're going to do what we know what to do. I mean, he's being pretty humble, but the young man can grapple and strike, and he's just getting started. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't too hard. I think the kid backed out, and within what two days?
Yeah, within
1 day,
a day or two.
Within a day, there's a new opponent. So,
and I guess this opponent was already hitting up the promoter too to just be a backup for the fight, and then my opponent just went ghost.
Yeah, so it worked out perfect.
Yeah, he couldn't make the cut to 25 though, or even 30. So we're doing 35.
Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, how tall are you? 5'10"?
5'8".
5'8". I mean, I feel like that's pretty good height for 135, right?
Yeah, it's pretty average.
Yeah.
I mean, for 125, he's really tall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 125, you're like a giant.
For amateur, And then
yeah, well, even an amateur at 35 is, it's a pretty solid. I think once you go to the pro level, obviously everybody's cutting down and they're all massive for their weight classes.
So you coming from a wrestling background, I'm assuming you're in charge of the weight cut.
Yeah, well, he's probably what 5 over right now.
I'm only 140 right now.
Yeah. So
it was going to be a weight cut.
Be a workout, maybe half a workout to get that off.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So what would, if he wasn't right on point, what would a normal weight cut look like?
Honestly, in MMA realm, I would allow Mike to do all that. With amateur, it's a little different. Whenever I was fighting amateur, it was night before weigh-ins. I believe 209 Beatdown does morning of, so that would probably play a factor. But Mike's got a cool little plan that he's done for his pro fights. He's been all over the US fighting. So, and how much you usually cut, Mike? What do you want?
Like 15.
Yeah. 15.
Sometimes 20, just depending on how long the camp is and whatnot. But usually 15 is like the going rate for weight cuts.
So you're not doing like a Peloton weight cut, cutting down like 250 to 185.
I can't even put that much weight on. So,
because if you know how to do that, dude, let me know. I'm about that life. I want to cut that much weight overnight.
Yeah, we'll send you something over.
There you go. Just not in a needle. But so Mike, you fought professionally?
Yeah.
What promotions did you fight in?
I fought for Combate Americas before they changed the Combate Globals, and I fought for A1. I fought for Eagle FC out in Florida, and
so you met Khabib?
Yeah, he wasn't there, unfortunately. Yeah, that would have been cool, but yeah, it was a nice. It was a terrible experience, but the venue was nice. But aside from that, everything else was just trashy.
Was that the card that Kevin Lee fought Diego Sanchez on?
No, he wasn't there. No, this was like a super undercard.
Okay, so when you say trashy, what parts are you referring to?
Well, mostly like the promotion, honestly. Like we got there and it was literally one gym stacked against a bunch of random people from all over the country.
Was it AKA?
No, it was it was actually a goat shed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was goat shed. It was literally their whole gym. Yeah, and they were just super ghetto. They are very unprofessional. They had so they gave us all these rule sets about showing up and being on time, of course, all the basic stuff. And you're only allowed one person that's not your coaches with you as an athlete. So we get there and it's like a press conference. There's like 300 people there, like all from they're all local. And so they're like booing every single person that's fighting a goat shed guy, So they're booing everybody. They're talking like not just booing, but they're like saying like, you're gonna effing die tonight. Like you're gonna die. Like, and I'll pull your girl. Like just all this profanities, I'm just like, what the fuck? And so I kind of got tired of it. And there was a couple other people that were a little bit shook. Like, they got a little bit, I guess like stage fright, they couldn't really deal. So they were kind of caving under pressure. And so then it turned into this big old thing, it escalated pretty quick with like almost like a UFC press conference, and then there's people all over the place talking and, chairs start flying and stuff. So it got ghetto.
It was like a Diaz Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Like with that Masvidal one, that's what it kind of escalated to. So, I mean, unfortunately, everybody was extremely in the blue corner was extremely out because we only had one person with us, besides our coaches. So, and none of us knew each other. So it's not like we're a team, so yeah, it was a bad experience.
That's crazy, dude. Like the only experience or the only example I can think of when it comes to goat shit is Karate Combat because President Awesome runs that.
Yeah.
And it's just nuts to think that's how, he runs, those type of things. I hope he doesn't run Karate Combat like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've seen some of the little drama stuff that happens at Karate Combat, that you see and it's always going to be involved. I think it's just mostly a publicity thing, like they post all their stuff from the gym. They're just trying to get recognized and trying to get their name out there. So,
well, yeah, I mean, they got Eileen Perez over there twerking on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
it's stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot of publicity things.
I mean, I think maybe that's how we win this fight, guys. You guys got to get an OnlyFans girl, twerk her, walk him out, twerk on her way out. That's how we get big here.
Yeah, Matt won't sell any more tickets if that was the case. Afterwards, his family's gonna get banished from his church and stuff. So,
so all right. So, what are you on? Are you? I don't know how 209 Beatdown works. Is there a main card and a prelims on for amateur?
I think they just have the grappling matches and then the fight card, from what I've seen so far.
Okay, and you guys are training with Michael Gall too, right?
Yeah, he's in and out, but yeah, he's going to be on the card with us, and he's gotten some training in with us.
Okay, yeah, I went to high school with him also, and I saw that he was competing there. So I was just curious about that. I know that he's been cross training with Gorilla over there in Modesto also.
Somebody else to keep an eye out too is his little brother. I just got a grappling match for it.
What's his name?
His name's Ivan.
Ivan Gomez?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one for sure.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he's real fun to watch.
I'll definitely keep my eye out. I'll try to snag him after his match for an interview. So I'm assuming the grappling matches come before the fights, right?
Yeah, I would assume the same.
Yeah, they might sprinkle them in too, though. I mean, who knows? We'll see. I think this is the first time they added grappling into their cards.
Yeah, because every other 209 Beatdown I went to, there was no grappling. I've only been to one MMA promotion where they sprinkled in grappling. That was the Panda Cup back when they used to do that.
Oh yeah,
but
I think you're going to see a lot more of that one's doing it. You know, one's got that multifaceted grappling, Muay Thai, MMA.
Yeah, that's the way to go too.
Yeah.
Now you get more. You got a lot more athletes and different looks, and you'll draw a different crowd and sell more tickets. Ideally.
Yeah, and now we're on one, and you just mentioned Goat Shed. It's funny because they're at war, karate combat, and one championship.
Yeah,
I don't know too much about their little war, but
more drama.
Yeah, I read a little bit about it. So I'm how would you predict you're gonna get this done? If you put your Mystic Mac cap on, how do you predict this?
You know when Max Holloway pointed at the middle?
That's what it's going to be. Yeah. Last 10 seconds right here.
No, I don't know. It's my first fight. So I know that there's going to be nerves, and, but I want to go out there and stand on the feet, I feel like I have the best coaches that I could have, honestly. And then as far as grappling goes, I honestly feel like, our grappling is some of the best around. And then it's cool how Eric brought in Mike, and now I have that. And then, like Mike Cruz, we cross train with him, and so coaching wise, I have all the tools, that I could need. So however it just goes, I want to try with striking though.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, you got a Muay Thai coach in your corner. You might as well try with a little bit of striking at least, before you resort to the ground game. So do you have any like thing lined up after this? Or you said you mentioned maybe 5150 if you come out of this unscathed.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit late to try and get in there now, but there's like EA1 in November, things like that. So that's where I really want to go. But 5150 is a good promotion too. I was watching some of their fights, and this kid, my opponent, fought on 5150, and I like that one.
Yeah, they're a good. I fought there back in my amateur days, and it's a good promotion. They take care of the fighters, and they put on a clean show, very organized and everything. So I liked it. I definitely try to get you on if everything goes smoothly.
Mm-hmm. And when it comes to amateur, are commissions involved in that? Like if he gets hit, are they gonna suspend him for 60 days or whatever?
Yeah.
If you get knocked out, right?
Knocked out, cut, submitted by a limb or something. Mm-hmm. You get choked out, it's whatever.
Okay, so you can get choked out and you're fine. But anything else, you're suspended.
Yeah.
So you got to go out there and you got to get this knockout, dude. That's or choke him out. It's got to be one of the two.
Yeah, put him out of commission. Take a spot at 5150.
Yep. We want to see blood. I'll throw the hammer and finish him. But that's awesome, dude. I'm actually really excited about this. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to interview at least one of the fighters that are going to be on the card, because it gives me a little dog in the fight. Gives me something to root for. I don't know how professional that is from the press standpoint, but I didn't really get into this too professional. So
you're still a fan, bro.
Exactly, I mean? Still a fan, man. And honestly, I've been a fan of your guys' gym because I went to school with Buddy. I went to school with Michael Gall. I used to train with Mike when he was with Alex, and I just saw out of nowhere everyone just started posting your gym. I'm like, when the hell did a gym open up in Waterford? What made you want to open a gym in Waterford of all places?
Oh man, I'll give you the short story. Is when we got into MMA, we were watching GSP, Matt Hughes, and me and my brother were just training in the living room, and then we transferred that into wrestling, and I did the whole collegiate thing and coaching, and I did scholastic coaching for 7 years at Waterford High School, and something was still missing. Like once I graduated my solid class of wrestlers, something was different. And then I found jiu-jitsu. I threw on the gi, went to a tournament, kind of walked through it. And then I walked away from jiu-jitsu. I was like, man, that's kind of whack. Like it's too easy. And then I found out that there's actually like world tournaments and stuff. So once I started training for my first world tournament, I won it at blue and then 2 at purple, 1 in the gi, 1 in the no gi. Then I was like, you know what if I just opened my own academy in Waterford? I know that if I was a kid leaving school, I would want a place to go train instead of grass or living room or on the streets, really. Because, back whenever I was raised in Waterford, it was not an easy town to live in either, So started with that. And, I was still teaching at that time. So I was teaching at the high school, and I asked my wife, and I said, hey, what do you think about me maybe walking away from my teaching career and doing this full time? And that was probably about 10 months in. We were just a part-time gym, seeing full-time results with the number of people coming in and the guys competing at tournaments. And man, she gave me her blessing. We prayed about it, and that summer I put in my notice, and I just finished year 1 coaching full-time without teaching.
So you were a teacher originally?
Yeah. I was teaching moderate to severe special education.
Okay.
So I was in grappling matches in school and outside of them. So
fair enough. So your wrestling background, how'd that look? Were you like All-American, divisional?
Yeah. I was all district in high school, won 4 league titles, made 2 state tournaments, finished right outside. I finished top 12 my senior year and stayed local. I All-Americaned at MJC, and then I transferred out to Lindsey Wilson in Kentucky. And I All-Americaned there as well. And then I came back and started my whole coaching gig.
Okay. Fair enough. So, do you guys have any other fighters you guys are raising up besides Matt here?
I think we have people that want to compete. I honestly think everyone should be in at least one fist fight. So, I also, when I opened my academy, I wanted to make sure if anybody was going to fight, I was going to help them achieve that. I personally am not a huge fan of pursuing the MMA. There's just, especially in regards to money.
Yeah,
amateurs don't get paid.
Even UFC doesn't get paid. UFC's 12-12 to start.
It's way more work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
and the way grappling's setting up, with sponsorships and UFC Fight Pass having invitationals and the wrestling world transitioning into jiu-jitsu, it's going to just be a mesh, and you're going to be able to make just as much money in grappling without getting punched in the face. And although I will say the combat jiu-jitsu is something that I would like to do for sure.
The slapping.
Oh man, the slaps on the ground.
I just had someone on my show that did that duck jitsu. He was a champion over there.
Oh no way.
Yeah. It was funny because it's someone you would never like. He looked like he just complete nerd, honestly. Like, he's like 120 pounds, walking around with glasses. He kind of looks like an Urkel a little bit.
Jiu-jitsu guys, surprisingly. I go to a jiu-jitsu tournament, if they were in regular clothes, you wouldn't know what you're there for.
I know. I when I did jiu-jitsu, I saw so many guys. I'm like, I'm gonna stomp you, and I got twisted up in a ball real quick. I'm like, never mind, JK. So, are you still competing professionally?
I haven't. My last comp was in April, but I've suffered 2 meniscus tears. I just finished one of my surgeries 7 weeks ago now, so I'm 7 weeks post-op. But the plan is to gear up and give it one last run for ADCC, and that's in about a year and a half. So after that, we'll see if I qualify. Great. If not, then I got 3 kids, so I got to focus on their grappling careers as well, and their schooling and their life. So wherever God leads me, I'll go.
Fair enough. So you're going more ADCC. That Craig Jones doesn't interest you? That, what was it, $10 million?
Yeah. I mean, you got to be pretty high profile there. But yeah, if they made a call, I'll show up for sure.
There you go. Go roll with Gabby. Yeah, that thing actually shocked me. There were a lot of good roles on there. Normally I like watching MMA. I like watching striking. I'm normally not a fan. I like doing jiu-jitsu, but I'm not a fan of watching it. Mm-hmm. But the Craig Jones, I really liked the show they put on. I thought it was really high level. It was fun to watch. There's a lot of good exchanges. I think that really had to do with the fact there's a $10 million prize on the line. Everyone's trying to show out.
Well, and they did it like the old school ADCC. So they brought in wrestlers with minimal jiu-jitsu experience. They brought in an Olympic caliber wrestler, and that was probably one of the best fights on the card. It was Jason Knopf and one of the Rotolo brothers. It was just a straight barn burner. It was basically Olympic level wrestling with jiu-jitsu rule set. So I think that makes it entertaining when you start meshing all the styles, and you don't just have the butt scooters, or you don't just have the guys that want to stay standing. They just mix it up.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned, you went from wrestling, you went into your jiu-jitsu competition, and you thought it was easy. My co-host, like I mentioned off air, he was a wrestler throughout junior high and high school, and he said himself, like, the first couple of jiu-jitsu competitions he entered, it was just easy because nobody really practices takedowns. Most time in jiu-jitsu gyms, they start on their knees, and that, like I said, you get the butt scooters and everything, and it's rare when you see a jiu-jitsu gym that starts from their feet and actually works on takedowns.
That's us. We don't start on the knees. I'm not opposed to guard pulling, but you have to make it practical. You don't go into a comp or street fight and say, "Hey, buddy, let's get down on our knees and fight." If you want to get it to the ground, get it to the ground one way or another. I have a lot of older guys in our academy too, and so I don't suggest to wrestle heavy because of the stress on the limbs. But I always say, "Hey, man, you're on your feet. You got to make connections. You got to bring the fight to the ground." Whether it's to takedown, clinch work, or pulling them directly on top of you where you can work sweeps and your submissions. So, yeah, I would never start on my knees.
Okay. And Mike, are you still fighting?
I'm on a little break right now, but I still plan to. Yeah.
Still plan to?
Yeah.
Do you have any promotion that you have your eye on?
Yeah, I'll probably just go back to A1.
A1.
That's where my management program, feeds a lot of the athletes over there. So I'll probably stick around there. And if not, whatever's local, I don't want to travel too far, but, I might even go up to SF. They have, what is it? Dragon House.
Yeah.
So
I know, because Gene and the owner of Dragon House, they got a little feud.
Yeah. Well, that guy's, he runs his show pretty tight, and he makes sure that his guys have the best matchups possible. So, he does, like, he's called me a couple of times with like a 2-week notice. And then the only time I got a decent notice was like, "Do you want to fight this guy?" And there's like nothing on him. And then I finally find him. He's like from Mongolia with like 500 fights. Yeah. I'm like, wait, and I see all the stats. And I'm like,
is this the guys that Gene had?
No, not Gene.
Mongolian guys.
Oh yeah. Hey, those guys were
Augie and Sunbei.
Yeah.
That's why that feud it went down.
Yeah. Because did he take him or?
Yeah. He took him from Gene, and it equaled out into a giant feud and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's how it goes sometimes.
That is how it goes. Well, especially like because they speak Mongolian, and if you only speak English, I mean, you got a guy over there that speaks it. It's pretty easy to steal a fighter.
Yeah, hey, come on over here.
Yeah, exactly. We have a yak over here for you, but so you mentioned you fought an A1. I just had Blake Perry, and he was actually here right before you guys got here. He fought on A1 combat.
Yeah, I know Blake. I'm pretty good friends with him, and Terrence as well. So that's kind of one of dynamic. That's like one of our affiliate gyms.
Oh, nobody?
Yeah. So that's a good group of guys over there.
Yeah, I interviewed both Terrence and And Blake, this was Blake's second time on. I like that gym a lot, dude. They got a good program over there.
Yeah, they do.
Good sense of community. So you're the first fighter out of the Gomez Brothers Academy, right? The first actual like MMA fighter.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
Yeah, super exciting.
So are you guys like making him a custom belt?
He has his own. Eric has his own clothing brand.
Yeah.
And he made me dope pair of shorts. Tomb to Throne is
Yeah.
what it has. He's is really cool.
Oh yeah, super clean.
And you're gonna debut in those?
Mhm.
That's awesome, dude. That's hella cool.
Yeah, his stuff is clean.
That's super awesome, man. Have you guys ever thought about doing like in-house like tournaments? How like Mike does over at Gorilla? What was it, West Coast or whatever?
Yeah, the West Coast grappling.
Yeah, I don't know if our space is big enough. We got pillars in the middle of our academy. It's a lot to take on as well to try to be a promoter. I think it takes a certain persona, and I think the three guys you got in here, we don't stray away from our persona too much. What you see is what you get.
So you don't go Colby Covington on it.
Yeah.
You don't go scorched earth.
No.
Well, that's a good thing too. I mean, if you don't talk a lot of shit, you can't really get humbled. Like how Colby did against Leon. He talked all that shit, and then
Yeah, boring fight.
yeah, he just sat there and looked at him.
Yeah.
It was just a staring match.
It was boring.
I was so angry, dude, because he looked amazing against Usman both times he fought him, and then you're gonna mention Leon's dead dad, and then you're just gonna stare at him like Ian Gary from the corner. Come on, man. There can only be one quarter duel in the UFC. But shoot, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on here. I already got his Mystic Mac predictions. I want your two. How do you see the fight ending?
I think he finishes them with a rear naked choke. I think he mixes his striking and grappling up, and you see a little vintage GSP striking to grappling to striking. So the guy better keep his hands up and have some takedown defense.
Hands up and chin tucked. What about you, Mike? How do you see it?
Man, he could finish it anywhere, in my opinion. I watch his opponent. I've been working with him closely. I think he finished on his feet. Probably, he's got a really nice head kick, so I'm gonna try to put that into effect. And if not, I think ideally, like he just pieces the guy up, outworks him, he gets tired, and then he can finish on the ground probably anytime he wants to. Like that. So ideally, I'd like to see him bang it out a little bit and try to finish him on the feet and not have to even incorporate that yet, because this will be the first time there's going to be film on him now. So we want to be really picky on what we expose and what we put out there on the internet. That way, for the next person that next guy who decides that they think they could step in there with them, that that we don't give too much away.
Fair enough. So if you're piecing this guy up, you're putting on a master class on the feet. Are we going to see the Max Holloway like you said? We're going to see the point on the ground. 10 seconds left.
Nah,
He's too humble for that. He's too humble for that. He's not.
Hey, he's humble right now, but who knows when he gets in the cage? You might see a different part of him.
Yeah, that's the real test right there.
You might see that bulldog come out, and he does point at the ground. He points at the ground. He might butt scoot towards him.
He just pulls guard.
That ain't gonna happen.
10 seconds left. Well, shoot, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming out. Whether it's professional of me or not to say, I am rooting for you. I will be in attendance, and I'll probably try to snag you after your fight, get a post-fight interview. I love your guys' the sense of community I'm getting just from here. So if anyone's around the area, definitely go try out Gomez Brothers. I eventually, once I start training again, once I get off my fat lazy ass, I'll have to come by and just don't slam me on my back, dude. I got a bad back.
Get a sweat in.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome whenever, bro.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, so make sure you guys tune in. 2-9 Beatdown, October 12th. I'll tag the link for tickets in the bio. Get your tickets, and we hope to see you there.